First time I've been in the media center on race day at Martinsville in my life. Maybe once before.
Okay. We're pleased to be joined now by Carl Edwards on our Sunday morning NASCAR Sprint Cup Series driver media time. And we appreciate you coming by, Carl, very much so.
Glad to be here.
He drives the number 19 Eris Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. And Carl, coming here at Martinsville, you had some good practices so far. I believe you had the best 10-lap average, if I'm not mistaken, over the practice sessions this weekend. So just talk a little bit about your outlook at this short track and how you hope to really turn in a good showing here today.
Well, this race has been it's been marked on my calendar, and I've been really looking forward to it because it's the first opportunity for me to race one of these JGR Toyotas at Martinsville, a track at which I've struggled, to say the least. And, I got to lean on Denny Hamlin quite a bit this week and spend some time with him. A lot of time with Darian preparing for this race. He's had a lot of success here. And so it's something I've really looked forward to. And so far it's been a lot of fun. I had more fun in practice yesterday than I think I've ever had here. So really, I'm really enjoying how the car drives. Seems like we have quite a bit of speed, and I'm really looking forward to 500 laps. I think if we just settle in and rely on our pit crew and Darian's experience and I just kind of enjoy myself, I think we'll end up with a really good race, good finish.
Okay, we'll take a few questions now for Carl. If you have one, raise your hand. We'll start right here. Mike Embry on the front row.
Mike Embry, USA Today. Joe was in here a few minutes ago talking about JD's situation. What's your view on kind of how the team's reacted to all that's going on?
Well, everybody's been 100% supportive. I had the chance to go in and talk to JD the other day, and it's just business as usual. He's working through everything, and everybody's behind him 100%. He's a really good person, a really tough guy. I've never heard him complain about anything. So hopefully he'll just battle this the same way he'd battle anything.
Other questions for Carl? All the way in the back, let's go with Kelly. Raise your hand. And looks like Nate has one.
Kelly Crandall from PopularSpeed.com. Carl, you've repeatedly said how excited you are to be at Joe Gibbs, to get in these cars coming into the season. You just mentioned a minute ago about being here specifically. But when you look at the first couple races, you've seemed like you've gone through so much with this team already. Do you feel like maybe you're pushing too hard because you're so excited, or is it just working out that early season bugs?
You think? Yeah. We've run really well, and I've made some mistakes that I haven't made in a long time, and I think that's just me being it's an amazing opportunity I have, and the cars have been very good. And yes, I've pushed a little bit too hard, so I've had to back it down just a little bit. Last week was a great example. For some reason, I thought that lap in practice was so important that I had to risk wrecking such a great race car, and I wrecked it. And so, for me, I have a huge desire to win right now, and I've never been more motivated. I've got a great team around me, and I think once we get everything settled a little bit, and we all, myself particularly, just focus on getting the best possible runs we can, we're going to be extremely good. So, yeah.
Let's go to the front row here. Raise your hand, Nate.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. Kelly asked my question there, Carl. I guess following up on that, you seem like you're in really good spirits. Is it not as aggravating as it might seem like it would be? Because I know, again, like there was so much hype and focus on, hey, this is a big opportunity for you, and it just hasn't panned out yet, first 5 races.
Well, I mean, yeah, so that's the deal. It is 5 races in, and last week was really good medicine for me to ride along in 15th position in a backup car that was not nearly as good as our primary and watch my teammates up there battling for the lead. It just reminded me that, hey, I've got to realize we need to bring the best car we can into the race. We need to focus on, doing all the things I've learned how to do, and I don't need to get ahead of myself. So if you look back on what we've done, we ran great in the Daytona 500, ran really well at Atlanta, had a tire go down, but that was a race that we were top 3 or 4 all day. At Vegas, passing for 3rd. I just took too big of a gamble and ran into Casey, and then wrecking the car at California. All those things I can attribute to me just stepping about 2 or 3% over the level of enthusiasm that I should have been at. So I think it's. I really believe once we get everything worked out, we're going to be awesome. We've got the fastest pit crew on pit road, and our cars are only getting faster. I think it's going to be really good.
Other questions for Carl? Anybody here on the front row or anybody in the back? Nate, you have another one? You sure?
Nothing else?
Right there? Mr. Garrow has one.
We don't get many breaks. Mark Garrow, PRN. We don't get many breaks. So what are you doing with this break, and how do you approach this one?
I didn't realize until I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday I was looking at the calendar that we even had the break coming. So I've been so focused on everything that I've not made any plans, and I think I'm going to keep it that way. We're running around like crazy, and it'll be nice just to relax a little bit. I just hope we can have a good run today and have something fun to think about during the break. So that's my mission today, is just have a good, solid run, put ourselves in a position to win, and not make any mistakes.
Right here, Jeff Gluck.
Jeff Gluck from USA Today. For your entire career, at least the entire time you've been in the sport until 2012, I can't really remember of drivers having to miss race for really any reason. Then all of a sudden, Dale Jr. had to miss races. Tony was out for a while. Denny, Vickers has been out, and this latest thing with Larson.
Which I don't know what's going on
he
there.
He fainted yesterday, and he's
I'd heard
having
that.
tests. He's apparently feels fine, but he's having tests in
Right.
Charlotte, so they want to hold him out. But obviously not commenting about certain situations, but it seems kind of odd that this is all happening. It seems very strange that there wasn't anything for so long, and is there any reason, or is it just complete circumstances that's all this is
It
happening?
could just be coincidence or circumstances, but some of it maybe could be attributed to just the idea of once you understand things better, you have more options, and especially right now with the way that the point structure and the championship chase is determined. If you understand that, hey, it might be best to sit a race out, then that has to be more, I guess, a more viable option than it has been in the past. I don't know. I guess each case is different, but let me put it a simpler way. Right now, if you had a good reason where missing a race might be better for your overall chances at winning the championship, whether it's health or something like that, then now you can actually look at that as a real option. And I think in the end that's probably good. If somebody doesn't feel like racing for any reason, then having the ability to not do that, that's nice.
So it's maybe a little bit more acceptable in garage terms, because it's before it's somebody's arm was hanging off, it's still trying to
Right.
get the car. Now it's like, well, we can get help for a week and have a waiver.
Well, everybody in this garage, they are very, very, very smart competitors, and everyone's goal is to win the championship. And so, for instance, if if I get in a wreck this afternoon and shatter my arm or my hands or something like that, if I believe taking 2 or 3 weeks off is going to help me heal better so that I have a better shot at winning the championship, then you can bet I will do everything I can to take those 2 or 3 weeks off. Everybody wants to race every race, but I believe we're also all competitors enough, and we're disciplined enough to know that, hey, if taking a week off is possible and it will help you, then that's absolutely what we'll do. Nobody's going to – Kyle Larson, whatever's going on with him particularly, if he takes whatever time he needs and then comes back and puts himself in the chase and wins the championship, there's not one person to say that what he's doing now is wrong, or whether it's in the garage or outside of it. So it's just an option now, I guess.
Any other questions for Carl? Carl, good luck this afternoon here at Martinsville, and we hope you have a good afternoon and a lot of fun out there today.
All right, cool. Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot, guys. Have fun.